Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Taste Test, where I'll be testing food videos that seem too good to be true. Today I'll be testing a tasty video that shows you how to make fortune cookies, and we will be following the recipe step by step to see if it passes the taste test and the cooking test. In the video they talk a little bit about the history of where the fortune cookie comes from, where they conclude that it comes from Japan. And I think that is so cool that so many cultures have come together to make something so much fun. Speaking of fun, I went to my local Asian food store where I bought some fortune cookies so I can compare them with the ones that I'll be making today. And I went a little bit ahead of myself last night and I opened one. And I'm actually in the Netherlands, and fortune cookies here are called I can't say it, it's too hard, but it sounds something like Heluxia cookies, fortune cookies. And when I opened it, I found out that the fortune in it is both in Dutch and in English. And there's a lot of internationals who communicate mainly in English, including myself. So I think it just makes sense to have them both in English and in Dutch. Moving along with testing this tasty video, for this recipe we're going to need 2 egg whites, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of flour, half a cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, and 3 tablespoons of water. So we're gonna start with the egg whites, and it asks for it to be whisked until it's a little fluffy, so we're gonna start with that. This is hard. We will mix the flour. And for this it asks to use a spoon, so it can be folded with the egg whites. I'm gonna mix in the vanilla extract. And the sugar. And it asks for it to add the water very slowly. Okay, so I think this is it. It is falling with ribbons, as it says on the video. Okay, so in the video it talks about using a baking mat, a silicone baking mat. And I thought to myself, well, do we really need the baking mat, or can we use a parchment paper? And I did some research, and one of the reasons why it asks for a baking mat is because when you're baking something so thin as fortune cookies, they would probably tend to stick to the parchment paper. So using a baking mat just is better to getting them off the tray. Okay, so I've got my baking mat here, and it also says that you should cook 2 cookies at a time because they get hard so quickly that it won't give you any time to fold them into the shape of a fortune cookie. Once you have them on the mat, it asks for it to be baked for 8 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius. So I'm gonna set up my oven for 220 degrees Celsius, and then I'll put these in there. Okay, so they're ready to come out, so we'll see what they look like. Okay, so let's see, let's try. This is the difference that the baking mat does, because it just makes it so easy to remove the cookie from it. So I'm gonna try a second batch. For 8 minutes. I think he's burnt a little. Yes. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, so I've made them too thin this time. I'm still gonna try it though, because yeah, this one is definitely not good, so I'm just going to put this one aside, but I will try this one. And the reason why I want to try this one is because I want to show you something after I fold this. Oh my gosh, that's hot! That is really hot. Alright, so what I wanted to show you is, look at this here. They're very soft in the middle. All right, so this one definitely did not work. And my third and final batch, hopefully these come out better. They're gonna be super, super thin as well. I'm gonna try to make them really, really thin in the middle. Okay, so there we go. This second one, also very, very, very thin. And I'm gonna be popping these in the oven this time. And I'll be setting it for 8 minutes, and I will try to leave them in there for the full 8 minutes. Oh wow, this is looking so much better already. Yay! This one is already browning up around the edges. And this one is actually a little thicker, so maybe that's why it's not going to work so well. But we still got about 2 more minutes to go. Okay, 1 more minute to go. Okay, let's have a look at this. Alright, so this actually looks good. Let's put the fortune in it and start folding. Oh no, I think I need to work really fast. But with this one. And this one. Quick. Okay. Now I understand why they say you need to hurry up with these. Okay, so these are the fortune cookies that came out of my test, and this is the burnt one. So yeah, you don't want to make them too thin with the heat too high because they'll burn very easily. And then also you don't want to make them too thick because they won't cook through and they'll stay soft in the middle. And this is the one that I got from the store. So I'm gonna open this, and right, so this is what they look like side by side, and I'm gonna be doing now a taste test and just see what this one tastes like. Also, I'll be reading my fortune in front of you guys. Ooh, nice. Your success will be improved each year. Yeah, hopefully it does. Cool. And I'm gonna taste this. It's so crunchy. And this one is still a little warm, so I think it could get crunchier if it's colder. But it's very crunchy too. It was so much fun making this. The flavor is very similar. I love how the texture of this, as you put it in your mouth, it kind of melts in your mouth because it's so thin. And it's super crunchy as well. I love that. I'm gonna show you the texture of the one that didn't cook through because it was too thick. And as you can see, I mean, I can still kind of bend it around and everything. And I don't think this is edible at all. I mean, it's too chewy. I actually do love the one that I made. So I do think this recipe works. Tasty, congratulations. The recipe works. You just need to get the temperature of your oven right and the thickness of your cookie right. So practice makes perfect. Just practice making them. Have fun with them. Okay, and let me know if you try these recipes. I had so much fun making this. And yeah, please follow me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Bye.